Okay, we're on the east side of the smaller garage. The one that's got the siding that's too close. And, I was looking for that vent. I don't know what that's about. Okay, it's satellite dish. But what we're talking about is the electrical here. This is the electric meter to the house. Power's below grade. This meter should have been sealed like the on the condensing unit video you're about to see. The electric disconnects for the condensing units, and this electric panel should be sealed on 3 sides, tops and sides, to keep water from getting into the structure. This is called your power supply line conduit, and it's loose. The building has moved. The building has moved, or the ground has moved. Probably a little of both. But now water can get in here. Water can get in there. Grounding rods, they're supposed to be buried. Okay? It's an 8-foot grounding rod, so it's, providing that they didn't cut it off, and they do that. They'll do that. So anyway, assuming that's the complete grounding rod, then you've only got 7.5 feet showing. An electrician can, what is that? Using the grounding rod to do your telephone too. Okay, an electrician can measure resistance on that, and once enough resistance has been met, then that satisfies the code. But without measuring, it's the reason why the code says it should be buried is because it should be buried. And gutters do not discharge water far enough away from the structure. And this is electrical, but I'm gonna, get a couple bonuses in here. This door should have a self-closing spring, and the hinges are on the outside of the door. Now nobody's gonna, break in through this, I guess, but that's what it's there for. Now this door should have a self-closing spring, and we're missing our deadbolt latch plate. Can I come in? Come on in, Mr. Fire. The door is open for you. Yours make me feel so warm and welcome. Let's close it. What are you closing for? I got a little bit of movement in this door jamb. We're talking about the electric service panel. This control button is 5 feet from the ground. That's good. You should have a warning notice here. Moving on along, the manual door lock should have been disabled. You should have had a warning notice posted on the door and a pull handle on the door. And it wasn't required when this home was built. I get that. But the door opener should be GFCI protected. And look at that. We're going to have a little trouble getting in this attic. Thank you, Mr. Audi. Thank you, Mr. Audi. Let's move on along. This is the electrical section, right? Remember the grounding rod's not buried. Remember the box should have been sealed. Remember that the disconnected conduit. Okay, let's get back up to speed. We got the main panel. It's inside the garage east wall. Oh, these are fun. Okay. Inside the east wall, this is the main service panel. It's 200 amps. When this home was built, it wasn't required, but you should have rubber boots on here. Those are safety items, so I'm going to call it to your attention. L1 and L2. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get it. And this is your main neutral coming in. It's wrapped with white tape so you can see it and understand it. But that's fine. It's supposed to be wrapped with 4 wraps. Well, it looks like there might be 4 wraps in there, but they're supposed to be wrapped up. So wrapping them in a tight pattern like that does not meet the intent of the code. The box, spaces around the box is pretty good, but not around the sub panel. Got more than 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Well, bud, I can't do that. I don't know. The kid at the stereo shop put my stereo in my car. It's the factory installed it. The high school kid at a stereo shop can do that. Don't you think somebody could do better than that? I do. I just do. Okay, come on along. Both of these panels have been screwed in. Screws are tight and fast, I get that, but they don't have the same shear strength as nails. So if this structure was to experience, for example, a tornado or something, you've already got a bad day. We know that. But if it had actually been nailed in place, it would stand a better chance of staying, in place. So that's what that's about. This is called bundling. See these? I need a better example. See these little knockouts? Those are for your circuits. See these large knockouts? These are for L1 and L2, like right there. These are for L1 and L2, like there. We don't know where it's coming in because this box is universal. So we have these holes around, and we got these small ones for your circuits because you're not supposed to bring more than 2 cables in at a time. It's called the skin effect. Now, even the illustration that I have for this, that it apologizes for it. So this is very common. You're not going to find a house that's, and to have this all taken out and redone, it's probably not going to be a practical solution either. And again, I hate apologizing for my work, and that is wrong. And I've got it at my house. The house isn't for sale, and you shouldn't have to live like me. But anyway, that's bundling. That's what it's about. I got an illustration on the report. We do not have the covers. It's not properly wrapped. We've got the screws in it. We've got combustible debris. All this wood. When they drilled the hole to install this cabinet, they just left the wood shavings in it. That's combustible. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that at all. Then coming over here. Well, let's just stay here, bud. These circuits, okay, these 220 circuits, these white wires. If you don't know those are hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. We all get that. They should be wrapped with black tape. Kind of like this should have been wrapped with white tape. These should have been wrapped with black tape, and they weren't. And your cables are not supposed to touch the panel cover. All right? They're just not. You're not supposed to do that. And then we move over here. Oh, not yet. Okay. This is the master bedroom circuit. And that's the north condensing unit and the condensing video you're about to see. And it's rated for 20 amps max. This is a 30 amp breaker, probably from the older, less efficient air conditioning system. Check your work, bud. 25. 25. Excuse me. 20. So, regardless, that master bedroom is overfused. Fuse is larger for the master bedroom condensing unit than the manufacturer specified. Moving along to our sub-panel cabinet, which actually looks pretty good, I gotta say. But we have some white hots, just like over here. These white hots, they should have been wrapped with black tape. These white hots should have been wrapped with black tape. They should have been wrapped with black tape too. So that's what we got. That's the electrical. That's under the garage door.